Hey everybody, back again with Love Island, season 8, episode 24 at this point. Last episode, we had a little issue. We had a little strip competition where they had heart rate monitors hooked up to each person. And the girls did a little strip show, then the guys did a strip show. And it was pretty much to see who raises whose heart rate the most. And there was a little bit of conflict because Andrew's heart rate was raised most by Danica, and she, right before they had this competition, she was trying to get to know him, which kind of set off Tasha a little bit, and she was annoyed by it, by the whole situation, because he was the one that raised her heart rate the most, and I guess she said she put a lot of effort into her dance, which her dance wasn't that good, and and she was expecting him to, be more into her, whatever, and there was an issue with that. And there was also the issue with Jax. Him and Gemma, they both raised each other's heart rate the most, and they're obviously exes, which kind of made both Paige and Luca a little bit insecure about the situation. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened last episode. All right. So it's a new day. Everyone wake up fresh. They're talking about the night before, about who wants to get to know who, what's going to happen. So yeah, but they're all laughs and smiling and having a good time. So they're obviously very positive after the whole event from the night before. All right. So we have a new situation budding where it seems like Ekin-Su is getting more and more into Davide, and she's sort of revisiting it in her mind, and she's seeing that she kind of messed up, and she really wanted to get back with him. But she's doing this little dance where she's like, "I'm not sure. I think there's something there," and she keeps trying to like gauge him and see how he's feeling and all this stuff, and he's just like he's not really giving anything. But that is the current situation. Of course, we wake up the next day, and Andrew decides to make breakfast for Tasha, and Dami joined him, and they both making breakfast with their respective ladies. And it's weird because Tasha revealed that last night Andrew ate her box. Now he's making her breakfast, but it's, I don't know, man. That guy's he's just sad to me. He's really sad. Like every time something happens, whether she mess up or he mess up, he's always apologizing and making it up to her or whatever. Now he's literally facing the muff at this point. Is just pretty freaking sad. So we have here, you can see Tasha and India getting ready for their breakfast that was cooked for them for just existing. Yeah, so that's happening. Then we have Jax and Paige, and Jax is kind of apologizing for how he reacted the night before, because immediately when Paige was upset about the whole situation, he was kind of like, that's kind of pathetic, and he wasn't taking it very seriously, and he just thought it was ridiculous that she was mad about it. And now he's apologizing because he was kind of freaking petty and mopey when she just didn't follow him to the pool the freaking night before, and he was getting all pissy about it. But when she got pissy about something innocuous, I just had a hard time saying that word for some reason. Pissed me off. Yeah, but yeah, okay. Let's move on from that. And then we have Andrew here. He decided to he decided to break it to Danica that he is not interested in getting to know her in that way. So that is three guys that has rejected her at this point. I'm thinking she's going for the whole squad. because she got rejected by Luca. She got rejected by Jax, and now she's getting rejected by Andrew. That's 3 for 3. That's the 3 guys that she actually pursued. The guy that didn't pursue her was Davide, and she didn't really give him much. She kept throwing out friend zone words like, "Oh, we really get along and we're just really friends, but who are you interested in as more than friends?" and all this shit. Like, she was really throwing out the friend zone hardcore on him, and she keeps getting rejected. I don't know what's wrong with this lady. She doesn't seem to be able to pick up on social cues at all. Right? And yeah, she just keeps getting that shot down. All right, so now we got a message, I guess from the crew or whatever, and basically just letting everyone know that tonight there's going to be a recoupling, and the girls get to choose who they're going to be in a couple with. All right, so they have the power to choose who they're going to be in a couple with. Danica just got rejected, so she's like, "Oh, what's going to happen?" She doesn't know who she's going to choose or whatever. So she's kind of stuck in this area. And then we have Ekin-Su, who apparently she's saying she has 3 guys she can choose from, which is like, there's only 2 that she wants and 1 that doesn't, like, and none of them really wants her like that except for Charlie, and she doesn't really want Charlie. The 2 guys that she wants are the ones that like kind of done with her. But she apparently thinks she has 3 choices. So she wants to choose between either Davide, Charlie, or Jay. That's pretty much her 3 choices. Hold on a second. Let's see. Davide, though, for some reason, seems weirdly interested in the idea of getting in a couple with her. As you can see here, this is the 3 guys that she wants to choose from, the 2 most muscle dudes that go to the gym. You got Davide, you got Charlie, and you got Jay over here. All right. So you can obviously see she has a type. All right. And Charlie pretty much have only one choice at the moment, which is Ekin-Su. They don't seem to have much chemistry. He doesn't act like he's really that into her. So it's weird. Even during the strip show, it was the worst. He was fumbling about. He had this tearaway pants. He couldn't really tear it away, and it was just awkward, and all the girls were like cringing. Charlie, my man, got all that muscle, but he not much game. So unfortunate. So it goes. And then we have a conversation between Davide and Antigone, and he's pretty much telling her he's comfortable with being a couple with her. And, you know, he's enjoying their time together, and she's saying yeah the same thing. And he's pretty much telling her that he wants to stay in a couple with her, so he would like her to choose him. So you can see those 2 having a conversation here. And yeah, she seems very happy about it. I didn't even know their relationship progressed to that point where she's like happy to be in a couple with him. And it's very surprising. I guess that wasn't part of any other footage. But yeah. And then we have Danica once again for the strike. She does not quit. She just always has to get, there she is. Danica decided to make another move after getting rejected for the 3rd time. She decided to go to Jay and she tells him he's part of her top 3. She's very attracted to him, and he's part of her top 3. Keep in mind that she got rejected 3 times before going to him, but he was part of her top 3. So she tells him that she's interested in getting to know him, and he says, yeah, there's just an age difference. I don't know how it's gonna work between me and you with like we've never had that many conversations. But to be honest with you, between you and Antigone, I would prefer it with Antigone because we have more of a romantic connection, and I like to get to know her instead. That's what he said. That's his way of nicely rejecting her. That is her fourth rejection. All right. But I'm not going to spoil it. That's her fourth rejection. So she's like, she's taking it on the chin. She's like, I'm going to have to do what's for me, whatever. So, you know, then he goes to Antigone and he explains what he said to Danica. And he's pretty much explained that he pretty much closed the door with Danica and he wanted to get to know her. And she's like, oh, this is the first I'm hearing this. And she's like, I don't want to be anybody's second choice and all this stuff. And remember when Jay first came in, when she first came in, Jay was like her number one. That's the guy that she was going for the most. And now that she's like, she's not prime choice, she's being a little salty about it. But she pretty much doesn't trust Jay, which, I mean, to be fair, Jay is kind of a player, but hey, the man was honest he was honest to a point. He wasn't always honest, but when it was convenient for him to be honest, he was honest. So she's a little skeptical, but I'm thinking if it comes down to it, she'll probably choose Jay over Davide, but who knows? All right. So yeah, all the girls have the conversation about who they're going to choose and who likes who, or whatever. All right. So everyone gets dressed up. All right, time to do the picking. I think, all right. So here's the image you see there. The guys are lined up, girls over here to choose. I believe the first one to choose was, in fact, Paige over here, Paige. And Paige obviously chose Jax. Where's Jax? That's Andrew. That's Luca, Davide, Jax right here. No, Jackson's in black. That's Jax. All right, so Paige chose Jax. Next after that was Tasha. I believe Tasha chose Andrew right here. And then of course, India chose Dami. Then after that, it was Gemma. Gemma chose Luca, obviously. And then we have Ekin Su. And Ekin Su chose Davide out of the three that she had to choose from, which makes perfect sense because she doesn't have a connection with Charlie. And Jay kind of screwed her over and she realized Jay was playing a game. And she screwed over Davide. He didn't screw her over. So it makes sense that she would choose him. So she chose Davide, and of course, freaking Antigone was a little annoyed about that, but she has her second choice, so it's whatever. So who's left to choose? Then, yeah, Tasha already chose. These ladies already chose. So the next one to choose was, I think there was only two guys left, right? There was after everyone was chosen, Davide was chosen. That left Charlie and Jay. Last two guys left. And then it was Danica's turn, and she chose Jay. Jay, that gently rejected her, she chose Jay. Jay that told her he would prefer to be with Antigone, she chose Jay. So now Antigone is very pissed off, and she ended up with Charlie. So after that, there's a whole drama about choices. And Jay's pretty much like, oh, he's surprised because he pretty much closed the door with Danica. He rejected her. That's her fourth time being rejected. And she's walking around confused about what the drama is because she doesn't know what's going on. clearly rejected her, and she didn't understand why there was drama. And Antigone was pissed off about it because I freaking knew it. She would have chosen Jay, even though she didn't trust him. She would have chosen Jay over Davide. And she was pissed off that Danica chose Jay instead. And she was also pissed off about Ek and Sue choosing Davide. All right, so she was annoyed all around. All right, so they going back and forth with this drama. Yeah, and you know how it goes. People get pissed at each other, and then they all of a sudden they go to have the conversation about why they're pissed off, and they end up just apologizing to each other for no goddamn reason. And then it just it's stupid. It's like, why go to the trouble of being upset about something, and then the moment you're confronted with actually explaining why you're upset, you just kind of fumble through it and be like, oh, well, I felt this way because this didn't happen, and I understand you had to do what you had to do, and I'm just, I was just annoyed about the whole situation. It wasn't about you, it was about the situation. It's nonsense. So they did that. All right, and Danica, of course, eating her fourth L as she does. She keep eating them L's. How many guys are left that she hasn't been rejected by? She hasn't been rejected. She has been rejected by Davide. So that's 5 L's because Davide made out with her. And then during the recoupling, he chose Antigone instead of her. So she was rejected by him. So that's 5. She was rejected by 5. The only ones that hasn't rejected her is Charlie, Dami. Dami hasn't rejected her yet. Who else? I think that's it. That's pretty much it. Only 2 guys that hasn't rejected her. And Dami's in a couple. And Charlie, I mean, she's not really interested in Charlie. So she'd have to take all those L's. So, all right, so they argued, blah, blah, blah. Back and forth. Eventually, I mean, they had to call everyone to find out what the story was because Danica was telling a story where she was like, well, they didn't tell me explicitly that I shouldn't choose Jay and all this stuff. And they had to, and Jay was telling a completely different story, and they kind of confronted them and they kind of got their story straight. And it turns out Jay really did reject her like he said he did. And she was still just kind of confused about the whole thing, but weird chick, that one. All right. Ekin-Su was happy to be with Davide, and Davide is surprisingly actually happy to be with Ekin-Su. So it's budding romance there, I guess. Okay, and see, I think that was the end of everything. Yes, that was the end. All right, so everyone goes to sleep, and it looks like the next day it's going to be another public vote about who is the favorite couple, and whoever gets the least amount of vote, whatever couple gets the least amount of vote, is going to end up going home. So it's looking like probably Charlie and Danica is probably going to end up going home. Either that or Jay. No, Jay and Danica. Either Jay and Danica or Charlie and Antigone is going to be the ones going home. That's just my prediction, but never know. I could be wrong. So till next time.